Hey guys, today we're going to be comparing two popular cruise lines, Royal Caribbean and Carnival Cruise Line. We actually sailed on Harmony of the Seas from Royal Caribbean, and from Carnival we did both the Celebration and the Mardi Gras, which are
they're very comparable.
Yeah. So we're going to be comparing those ships today and tell you like the difference between the food, the entertainment, the rooms, the ships themselves, the prices, and what you can expect from both cruise lines. And hopefully we're going to help you determine which one would be better for you to take your next trip on. Let's start off with saying that both are very good. We had a lot of fun on both cruise lines, and it just depends what you're looking for in a cruise. Let's compare the ships to begin with. So Harmony of the Seas has 18 decks. 15 of those are in use for the guests. The rest are for crew members only. And I would have to say the ship is huge. So the first time I went on the Royal Caribbean ships, it didn't even feel like I was on a ship. It felt like I was in a town somewhere.
And that was actually our first experience on any cruise ship of that size. And what's good is you're literally funneled right into
the promenade.
Yeah. And it's an important first impression to like cruises because you really get a sense of the scale. So right away it changes your understanding of just how large and immense these ships are.
So big. So that promenade deck is actually full of stores and little restaurants and bars, which is kind of cool. You can walk around there at night. There's full of entertainment there. And then they do have this outdoor area, which is my favorite, Central Park areas. And it has tons of little restaurants and you can eat out. There's also live trees. Like they actually plant real live trees. It's like amazing.
It really has like a mixture of stone, little walkways, plants, and they upkeep this.
It's all lit up at night with little twinkly lights and it's really romantic.
Yeah, and they also have performers.
Yeah, they have like musicians performing at night, so it's super pretty.
I find it's just a good place to get away from the top decks and the sun. You go there, you just feel like you have a little sanctuary every once in a while.
Then they have another zone.
Kind of more like a boardwalk.
Oh, they call it the boardwalk.
Yeah. So it has
they have a carousel for the kids. They have like restaurants out there, and then there's like these huge slides. Remember these dry slides off the top deck? And then there's also the pool decks, and then they have two flow riders on those top decks too. So they have lots of activities.
Well, I think their older, smaller ships had one, but these are so big they can actually fit two, one side by side.
There's tons of specialty restaurants on the ship too. That was really impressive. And they also have a beautiful buffet area, and the main dining room too is really pretty, I think.
Yeah, and they have a few large theaters with Broadway quality shows.
Oh yeah.
And they also have
an aqua theater outside.
Aqua theater that's like half, it's basically open air, and they also, it doubles up at night, like they have a giant screen and they project movies there. So yeah, it was a really good first impression.
So now let's talk about the Carnival ships. The Carnival ships are just as big. I think the two Carnival ships that we went on has 20 floors, 20 decks.
And can probably hold a capacity of like an extra 500 passengers.
6,500
But give or take, it felt like about the same like size.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same size. It's a little bit different, like the layout is different.
When you walk into the Carnival ship off the gangway on that first day when you're doing embarkation, you're sent into an area called the atrium.
Yeah, the atrium, and that's basically where they have like shows and stuff.
Like basically it opens up to 3 decks.
There's windows, so when there's shows at night, they'll bring down a screen.
They'll use it as a backdrop and they'll project things on that.
But during the day, it's lifted up and then you can see out.
It's kind of an awkward space. It's hit and miss. A lot of people like it. We just found it a bit awkward and we were never attracted. We never wanted to stay there very long.
Like you walk onto the ship and it's very underwhelming. Like it's not like you're blown away like when you walk onto the Royal Promenade on
I was
Royal
impressed
Caribbean.
by the quality. Like everything's pretty and well designed, but it didn't have that sense of walk to. That being said, that's just when you walk in. Just that instant of walking in. It was better on Royal Caribbean.
So the layout's a bit different.
Yeah, like the neighborhoods, they kind of melt into each other and not as defined as on on Royal Caribbean.
All the restaurants are looking outdoor to the ocean, whereas the Royal Caribbean ships were more like looking into either the courtyard.
They have a lot of restaurants that are in Central Park and they're facing inward. So when
or they were looking at that boardwalk area too.
But in Carnival, literally, I think every single restaurant, fast food place,
they all have windows that face the outdoors. There's the main pool, obviously on the main deck. There's like a pool, you know, in the back of the boat. What was it called? With the pig and anchor, an infinity pool. So that it's like covered with like lounge chairs there, and there's a bar and hot tubs and full of stuff like that. The Serenity deck is just for all adults. Royal Caribbean has that too. They have like an adults only area. Serenity has a little pool in the middle, and then it has a bar at the back, and then it has lounge chairs all around the front of the boat. So it felt like it was a bit bigger than the Royal Caribbean adults area, whereas Royal Caribbean was encapsulated, like it had like glass around it, even though it didn't have a pool, whereas the other one did. They also have a theater. They don't do like Broadway style shows then, they do more like variety shows. Mardi Gras did have like a New Orleans zone, which was pretty cool. It had 2 bars, and then it also had Emerald Lagasse's like restaurant there. So that was kind of cool on the Mardi Gras, and on the other ship it was something different. Like it had a
Emeralds
like on
was
Celebration.
there, but yeah, it was more like a jet set traveling
like
the world kind of. So it had like themes from all over the world.
Yeah, for the layout, there's certain things I liked about the Carnival ships compared to the Royal. I like that Carnival ships, everything is facing out to the sea. There's full of chairs everywhere. I found there was more room to sit and enjoy the views.
I'm taking this cruise to see the water mostly and to be in the ocean, so I still prefer the layout of the Carnival because I'm almost always seeing the water, you know?
I do too. I like the layout a bit better. It also felt like the crowds were better dispersed on Carnival, whereas Royal Caribbean, like the pool decks, whenever there was crowds in an area, it just felt so crowded.
I felt like I couldn't take a break from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like unless I went to my room.
Right.
On this boat, I could always find a nook
because there's
somewhere.
zones everywhere. They really dispersed the crowds in a better fashion, in my opinion.
But they all had great pools. They all had like things to do at the top.
So we're rating again 5 coconuts. So how many coconuts do you give the Royal Caribbean ship, the Harmony of the Seas?
I'm gonna give Royal Caribbean 4.5.
4.5, same. And then Carnival, what do you rate that? For the ship only, I'm talking about the layout of the ship.
I think there's no half quarter points, but I think I'm gonna like 4.75.
Okay, I agree. Okay, so let's skip to the rooms now. We had balcony rooms for both the Carnival and the Royal Caribbean. And I have to say, they were very comparable in size, I think.
Yeah.
So Harmony of the Seas was an older ship, but the Royal Caribbean rooms were refurbed. So they were pretty much brand new. Like everything in there was clean. It was very comfortable room.
I mean, it's a refurb, so it's clean, it looks updated, but I mean, it still showed its age a little bit. Like
the Harmony of the Seas.
Exactly.
There is something about Royal that I did enjoy more. Royal balconies look straight onto the ocean, whereas with Carnival, remember there's like a deck that comes underneath it. We were on the 11th floor, and when you look down, you could see other people on their decks. Anyway, they lose points for that.
Yeah, no, I like really feeling like it's private, the balcony.
How about the decoration of the room?
Carnival was still just a bit better, just because it's newer.
Yeah, I think the decoration was nicer on Carnival too. I preferred it because it was more modern and it felt cleaner, but Harmony of the Seas was very nice too. Like it was all in blues and gray colors. It was pretty.
Yeah, there's nothing missing in any of them. No, there was one thing though. The TV system in the room was way different. I don't know if you remember.
It was better on Carnival.
Well, that's because Harmony was literally like an old satellite uplink. We had like
it was
5
really bad.
channels.
Carnival had a whole bunch of free movies on it.
Yeah,
too.
they had their own entertainment system, and they had movies like recent blockbusters. They had a really good array of movies, shows for kids.
It's true, Carnival was better for that. Okay, so let's rate the rooms.
Honestly, the room for me for Royal was a 4, and for Carnival was a 5.
Okay, for me, the balcony in Carnival, I took out 0.5 because I don't like seeing my neighbors when I'm out sitting on my balcony. Overall, for the rest of the room, yeah, Carnival, I think, wins for that, so. Okay, so let's move on to the apps.
I used it more than me, so I'll let you start with that, yeah.
Well, I can say right off the bat that Royal Caribbean had the better app. We had a lot of trouble with Carnival on our last trip, remember?
It wasn't the app per se, it was just the connectivity.
It kept cutting off and we had to reconnect.
It kept bumping us off for some
it was
reason.
pretty annoying. Royal has a pretty efficient app.
Well, you did the restaurant bookings and stuff like that.
Everything was easier with the Royal app. It was just super clear, easy to navigate, really intuitive. They have like a chatting system so that you can chat with the people in your family.
All I remember is that the Royal Caribbean one seemed to be almost like an instant message.
Yeah.
And the Carnival one, maybe because it was bumping people off, but some of the messages would take 20 minutes to land. We were trying to coordinate for meals. It wasn't happening.
Whereas Royal Caribbean, my kids were off doing other things and we could just text them and they would get the text instantaneously.
Yeah, so I guess it was a bit more reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to rate the apps overall, you used them more than me, but I would say the Royal Caribbean app was like a 4 and the Carnival was like a 3.
Royal Caribbean for me was like 4.8. I think it was almost perfect. I even did my check-in on the Royal Caribbean app.
But the point is that we agree that one's better, right?
Yeah, it was better. And the Carnival, I give the app at 3.5.
Okay, so let's move on to the food.
Let's divide the food into 2 categories. Let's do the included restaurants and then we'll look at the paid restaurants. So the included food, let's talk about Royal first. The buffet is included, the Windjammer, what it's called. It's beautiful buffet area, a lot of choice. I love the views from up there too. It's like there's glass windows all over the place so you can see out. And I thought their breakfast, lunch, and dinner buffet was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, seriously.
Their
all day
offering
long,
was amazing.
Great variety, food's hot, big variety of fruit and like you can actually get healthy things at this buffet.
And at night they had different themes, so they would have Italian night and then another night they'd have Caribbean night and
Indian,
they'd have like
whatever.
Yeah, so they like their variety changed every night.
Yeah, and it always felt fresh and there was a quick turnaround, and also when you get into the buffet they were really stringent on making sure people wash their hands on the way in.
Yeah, that was one thing. I have to give them like high points for that.
Yeah.
There was the hot dog area and our kids enjoyed a hot dog or two.
And there was a few ice cream machines.
The ice cream machines were free. They have 2 ice cream machines on the pool decks.
Yeah, and there's long lineups.
It was so annoying.
The ice cream machine often blocks up
It
and then we have
always
to wait.
broke.
And then it was kind of watery, the ice cream.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But the lineups were insane. They also had a taco place. Was it tacos or was it like hamburgers and little things like that?
No, it was a bit of everything.
We had that a couple of times. It wasn't
we had
very
it once.
good.
It was average.
And the lineups were insane.
Yeah.
And then on the main promenade, there's the pizza place that's free.
Yeah.
The pizza was very good. Apparently, I can't eat pizza because I'm allergic to
But our
pepperoni.
son ingested inhuman amounts of pizza.
In Central Park, there's like a free kind of deli place and they have tons of sandwiches, breakfast items, and also they have like for lunch and dinner they do sliced deli meats or stuff like that. It was so good. The main dining room,
Yeah, we ate there for breakfast. It was slow.
very slow. The food was cold.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever had supper in the main dining room, so we can't rate the main dining room dinner, unfortunately, because we did get a dining plan that time, and so we were just eating in the specialty restaurants the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, now let's talk about Carnival's included food options. Let's talk about the buffet. It wasn't bad, but definitely much more limited than a Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, I mean,
Lunch and dinner was not good.
for breakfast, they had what you needed. Like you could have like an omelet made like on the
they had
spot.
made to order omelets.
Exactly. You had just your regular breakfast fare stuff, but like they didn't have a great selection of fruits necessarily. They didn't have a lot of variety, long lineups to get the food.
Even the bacon, they had it every second day.
The buffet was not great on
The
these
buffet
ships.
is not great on Carnival ships, but they offer more free options elsewhere. So let's talk
like
about
Royal
that.
Caribbean had their buffet, which is good, but then they'll have a few other little places you can go get free food. Carnival has a lot of them.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place.
And they were good.
Yeah, on the top deck near the pool.
So let's talk about the pool deck. They had the Blue Iguana, which is a taco place. They serve amazing tacos, burritos.
Then you go breakfast burritos, and then when you switch to lunch.
They serve breakfast and lunch, no
chicken,
dinner.
Shrimp, beef, all the toppings and trimmings you want.
Yeah, they have like a toppings bar.
And it felt kind of authentic, and it was fast too.
Super fast, delicious, really, really fresh. And then at the back, they had Guy Fieri's burgers. Yep. Amazing burgers.
Also really, really quick. Like you can't imagine how many people go through this, but there's long lineups, but there's really a quick turnover.
And I think the burgers and the fries were better there.
Much better than Johnny Rockets. Some of the best burgers I've had, period.
Then they had Shaq's Big Chicken. Amazing fried chicken, guys. Like, you have to go try this.
Yeah.
So I go on Carnival just for those.
Well, it's the first thing I do whenever I get on the boat.
They also serve breakfast and lunch. Carnival also has a really great pizza place, just like Royal. In Celebration, it's called Miami Pizza, and in the Mardi Gras, it was called something else. It was like an Italian name.
And what's the pizza in Royal Caribbean called Sorrento's, right?
Sorrento's. It was a close race. They were both very good. Carnival has a deli. My family, like my Italian family, they tried a lot of the different sandwiches, and they said that the sandwiches were out of this
we'd
world.
wait for them for dinner, and then they'd say, we can't go.
We ate too much at the deli. They have the Pig and Anchor. They make smoked meats. So basically they have pulled pork,
all your barbecue
ribs,
stuff.
all the barbecue fixings, and that's included for lunch. It's completely free. Is it also included for dinner? It was for us.
Yeah, it's just if you order
only once, I think.
It's only the other restaurant that's free is
Shebangs.
Yeah, which is a restaurant with two menus. It's not fusion, it has two separate menus. It has an
Mexican and Chinese.
And Chinese, yeah. So that one was hit or miss. We tried it. We weren't big fans of it. And the other restaurant that's free is Cucina del Capitano.
Del Capitano. If you go there once, it's free, and then if you go back, you pay.
Which is fair, because it's for a free restaurant. It felt pretty upscale.
The food was good.
The main dining room.
It was decent. On Carnival ships.
We had a big group, and we got all served at the same time. It was hot.
We all got served at the same time. You know, it's like main dining room food, so it's never as good as the specialty restaurants, but it came close. Like, there was a lot of good food options.
So for the free options, I think actually Carnival takes it over Royal Caribbean.
For me too.
Just so much variety. Just like the marketing for it was better too. All these different food stands on the outside, different restaurants.
Whereas Royal Caribbean, like, I ended up a lot at their buffet for lunch because there wasn't that many options.
And the food was excellent.
Free food options.
But you never changed the scenery.
So what do you rate it on 5 coconuts?
I'm going to say 4.5 for Carnival and 4 for Royal.
For me, Carnival has the better free food options.
Yeah.
So I give it a 5. Let's talk about the specialty restaurants on both ships.
Let's start with Royal.
Royal has amazing specialty restaurants. I think it has a bigger variety than Carnival.
I think this is where Royal starts getting a lead on the rest of the pack, and they leave them behind, because like when they say an upscale restaurant, you really feel like you're going to a special night out.
An upscale restaurant, yeah. So first they have the steakhouse.
Yep.
So Chops Grill was the steakhouse.
Yeah, Chops Grill was excellent.
That was excellent. They also have a sushi place and a teppanyaki place. Oh, it was called Izumi, remember?
Yeah.
Izumi's.
The Jamie's Italian, it was hit and miss. Jamie's Italian, we all liked our meals.
Was hit and miss because it was cold.
But generally speaking, people rate it really well.
There was 150 Central Park. I think it was my favorite restaurant on the whole ship. So yeah, I think Royal Caribbean really brought out all the stops for their signature restaurants. Like, the service was amazing. Everybody was so careful too with our allergies. Like, I have food allergies and my son has food allergies. They went out of their way. So all the signature restaurants were amazing. So now let's look at Carnival's signature restaurants.
Yeah,
So we did
Banzai Teppanyaki,
which was very
sushi.
good. And they were cheaper. It wasn't as expensive because
it was an upcharge.
It's an upcharge.
So basically you're free.
It was cheaper than Royal.
They assume you're not eating at one of the free venues, so it's almost like you get a discount.
So Banzai had the teppanyaki, and then they have Banzai sushi, which we also did.
I thought the sushi was excellent.
It was excellent, but I still think the sushi was really out of this world.
Yeah, Izumi's just narrowly beats it, but seriously, they're comparable.
Then we did Rudy's Sea Grill. That was okay.
Well, out of 4 dishes, 3 were excellent. Yours was
Mine
average,
was so-so.
that wasn't the best.
But it was a nice little restaurant, and that one was facing the ocean, so it was pretty. Oh, and we did Emerald's.
Oh yeah, of course. How could I forget? It's the
Emerald's was really good.
Yeah, it had some Cajun offerings. I did for breakfast and for lunch in both places.
Breakfast and lunch, both
Excellent.
were very good.
Yeah.
But we didn't try the steakhouse, so we can't compare it.
That's true.
And I think that's it. That's all they have.
But my general comments about the paid restaurants on Carnival, it really felt like when you went on the Royal Caribbean paid restaurants, it felt a bit upscale, and the attention of the waiters felt just like one notch higher, like you're going to fine dining regardless of what kind of restaurant you were going to. Carnivals were excellent as well, but it was just a bit more laid back, which is not a bad thing if that's what you like. I just felt like the signature restaurants on Royal Caribbean felt
more upscale.
And a bit more exclusive.
Yeah. Okay, so let's rate
the paid restaurants.
The paid restaurants, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give the paid restaurants a 5 on Royal, and I'm gonna give them like a 4 on Carnival.
I agree, so
yeah,
so 4.5. Now we're gonna talk about bars.
Give it to me.
You go on a cruise to drink and have fun.
We're not big drinkers by any stretch of the imagination, but
we like to have a glass here and there.
That being said, you know what? It's weird. It's like the drinks are more memorable for me, the ones I had on Carnival. The ones, it's like I forgot about all the ones I had on Royal Caribbean. Is it?
Well, Royal Caribbean has several bars. So they have one in the Royal Promenade. They have like this bar that goes up and down. It's like a moving bar. Feels kind of like you're indoors drinking in like a kind of shopping center.
They have a bar that's like pretty much run by robots, which is fun to order a drink just for the hell of trying it.
But the drinks were very...
Well, it's just like a robot. They're done with no love, right?
Yeah, like the drinks were very mediocre.
There's the Schooner bar or Schooner bar that's had the live music.
I think it was the nicest bar out of all of them, except for the Trellis bar on the Central Park.
Then you got the Lively Boleros.
We went one night and it was just so crowded we couldn't even get in.
The Boot and Bonnet pub, that one's cool. It's the English
the
style.
Boot and Bonnet pub was the English pub at the bottom of...
Exactly. Obviously, they have bars all around the pools. They have a bar in the casino.
But nothing, those are all the same menu across...
Exactly. Those are just generic bars for convenience. They're next to an entertainment of some sort. They were good drinks and they weren't cheap on the liquor.
Their frozen mojitos are my favorite.
Yeah.
I remember those.
It's just they weren't as memorable, and I think they weren't marketed. They weren't iconic.
No. I would have to say Carnival had better bars. So let's go over Carnival's bars, maybe pull them out so we know what they're called.
Sure. Well, let's start with our favorite, the Alchemy Bar.
It's funny because it's like kind of like in a hallway, so I didn't think I would like it, but it has such a cool vibe, and it has...
It's an alchemy, like they're chemists.
Yeah, they're like chemists. So they have like different drinks than anywhere else on the ship, and it's really cool.
Yeah, and they're top-notch bartenders.
Oh,
They're the guys
the
who
drinks
can
are
flip
amazing.
They can flip the glasses. They're really like skilled. They really put an effort to make it feel like iconic and memorable.
Yeah. Then on the Mardi Gras, they had
the Fortune Teller Bar.
The Fortune Teller Bar, which was really cool. It's in the New Orleans
Kind of like a voodoo theme. They're all based off of potions. They have bubbles. They have mist.
So like very thematic. That's what was fun. So every bar you would go to, it was fun to hang out.
Yeah, the other memorable bars they have are the Brass Magnolia, which is in the French Quarter.
That was such a pretty bar. I loved it.
Did it have a New Orleans theme, that one? Or was
it had New Orleans theme, so like the lights were made of instruments.
And there's live music right nearby.
There's live
it was
jazz music.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So cool. I love that bar.
You have the Havana Bar, which is kind of like a Cuban club.
That's like their Cuban club. The Pig and Anchor Bar. So in the Pig and Anchor restaurant, they have their own bar. It's a microbrewery. They make their own beer on Carnival, so that's pretty cool. And you can try all their different kinds of beers, and they also have a huge flight of whiskeys. So if you want to like more of a sports bar, that's where you head to. You go to the Pig and Anchor.
In Little Italy, they have the
Bella Rosa, I think.
Great, they have great coffees and
and
lattes
specialty
and
drinks too. Really, the tiki bar.
Of course.
They have like a tiki bar right where the main pool is.
What was it called? The Leapfrog. What's it called? The bar.
The Red Frog Tiki Bar. That's what it was called. And they have cool drinks there too.
So to rate both The drinks are good on both ships.
They were.
I just feel like the theming was better on Carnival. They really made it fun, and they made you remember each bar for its own unique identity, so the theming was better. So for me, the drinks, if I'm gonna rate them, I still think Carnival...
Bars and drinks.
Bars and drinks, yeah. I think Carnival took this. For me, it was a 5.
Me too.
Yeah.
5 coconuts.
And you know, Royal Caribbean, I mean, it was serviceable. It was a 4.
But maybe it's because also we went on an older ship. Like,
maybe.
The newer ships have cooler bars, I think. Okay, let's talk about activities. There's tons of activities on both ships. Let's talk about Royal Caribbean first. So first of all, they have the rock climbing wall, the zip line, which is so cool. And then they had a carousel for the kids. I thought that was fun for young kids.
For young kids, it's fun.
They had the slides. And they have the flow riders, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Another activity that they have at Royal Caribbean is a skating rink.
Yeah. So you can actually rent skates during the day and go skate with your kids. They had a basketball court, ping pong too. Was that on Royal or Carnival?
No, they all.
Yeah, they had like lots of zones
and they all
for
have
activities.
this one has a running track, and it's all the way at the bottom of the ship,
it's
kind of like in the bowels of the ship, and they have a great gym.
They did have a great gym.
Very big.
The water slides, they love the water slides. And they also have splash away bay for the little kiddies to enjoy.
Yeah, so the activities were a lot of fun on Royal. I thought there was a good variety of activities for all different ages too.
Yeah, the good sides about the activities is there's really a lot of choice.
So let's talk about the activities on Carnival.
Activities on Carnival.
The Bolt roller coaster that they don't have.
Yeah, so you have a roller coaster.
That was fun, but you have to pay for it, which sucked. It was like $15 per person, and it doesn't last very long. Then they have like the parkour area, the same
have that
thing.
as well, but they have
like a basketball court.
My son, who was using the basketball court a lot, said that Royal Caribbean was really rigidly timed and scheduled. He said it was a bit more laid back.
On Carnival,
but
he played more basketball there. He had more fun. For the kids clubs, my kids did prefer Carnival. I think the kids clubs at Carnival and Royal, and they have a little kiddie splash zone, eh?
Yeah.
Both had really great activities, really.
One thing I forgot to mention is that the jogging track is on the top of the boat on Carnival.
It's true.
Which is cool because you're outside and it's pretty, but which is annoying because people are standing. If you run really early in the morning, it's great. There's nobody there. It's on top. You see the views of the ocean.
Yeah.
But if you're going to run it any other time of the day, I think the one is better on Royal because it's kind of protected.
But for the activities, that's pretty much it for Carnival, I think.
Yeah.
They didn't have as many activities included. So I think Royal wins for this one. I would give Royal Caribbean 5. Carnival, I would give it maybe a 4.
I'd give them both a 4.
Let's talk about the entertainment on Royal. I think where Royal really shines is their entertainment.
Yeah, easily.
They have so many different shows on Royal, and they really grab performers that have experience and that are amazing. So let's talk about the Aqua Theater first. It's basically a tiny little pool, and they do a show at night, a bit like a Cirque du Soleil kind of show.
It's like a fancy circus show, but like a classy Cirque du Soleil.
Beautiful.
For me, it's like the epitome of all the stuff. It's like a great mixture of music, dancing, acrobatics, and gymnastics, and just like theatrics, and
beautiful.
It's a multimedia show too. So
it's hard not to be blown away. There was also a huge theater, and they have Broadway shows there. So on our sailing, it was Grease. They were showing like a showing of Grease.
Great rendition of Grease.
Amazing.
Singing was great.
Singing, the acting, it was lively. The sets were spectacular.
I mean, we've been to Broadway. I felt like it was a Broadway level show. Even the show on the skating rink.
Well, there's 2 shows. We saw both of them, and they were both amazing.
They were both pretty good, yeah.
They were both amazing. So entertainment, what else was there? The musicians were very good too.
Yeah. Okay, so for Carnival entertainment.
So they had that atrium area where I told you they had a couple of shows there that we went to see. We saw a circus show, and we saw
Deal or No Deal.
Oh, Deal or No Deal. Yeah, that's like game shows though. But they had another show that we missed. It was like people singing or something.
Oh yeah, kind of like a theater piece.
We didn't see all of the shows in the atrium, but what we did see, we were a little bit underwhelmed. That whole atrium area is really badly designed.
It's weird because you don't, unless you're dead center, you don't really get a great view. And it's on 3 floors. It serves many purposes, and it doesn't serve any of them perfectly. So as a theater, it's kind of awkward.
It's hard to get a seat, so you have to arrive at least an hour early. Whereas the shows on Royal, you reserve them, so you have a seat.
It feels like Broadway.
Then in the theater, they did have like game show style shows. So they had Family Feud.
But those were
that
cool.
Was fun.
Those were cool, and they also had the marriage one.
Oh, Love and Marriage.
Love and Marriage. So
that was fun
they're,
too.
They're classic, just like you're in the studio. And
yeah, the game shows were fun. Also didn't they have?
Well, they had comedy shows, but we missed it on both boats. So,
yeah,
but from what I hear, this is hearsay, but I hear the comedians are actually better on Carnival.
That's what I heard too.
But I can't rate that.
So entertainment, what do you rate it? For Royal Caribbean, I give it a 5.
Yeah, it was a 5. I mean, I was really blown away. I saw some shows that I would actually want to see again. Like
Carnival, I would give maybe 3.5.
Carnival, I'd give it a 3.
Okay, let's talk about service. Everybody was very nice on Royal. What did you think?
The service was excellent. The
They
waiters,
make me special dishes.
The waiters they felt trained in the high-end restaurants,
Yeah.
and they were super knowledgeable about the food.
And
they were
our
serving.
room steward was very good. And on Carnival, what do you think?
I thought the service was great.
Yeah, so overall, I think for service, they're equal. There's a tie for me.
Honestly, I'm just gonna give them both a 5. I know that's high. I haven't given any other 5s, but the reason, except for the entertainment, but the reason is that so many people to serve. I know they lived in cramped quarters. I know they're working crazy hours to clean these rooms, and they keep a smile on their faces, and like 99% of the time, 5 on 5 for both.
Royal Caribbean is definitely more expensive than the Carnival cruises.
Generally speaking, Royal, for this class of boat, it's a bit more expensive.
It's definitely more expensive. It's like at least 20 to 35% more expensive than Carnival.
And I still feel like you have to, that's just the base packages. If you want that Royal Caribbean fine dining experience, it's gonna cost you even more. So if you're just going though for the free food, I'd still rather go Carnival to save the money. But if if you have that extra money, like you're gonna have to cough up extra money to get the Royal Caribbean.
If you're on a tight budget, I would definitely do Carnival for sure.
Overall, I still think Carnival, you get all those big boat moments, and if it's one of your first cruises, you're still gonna be blown away.
Yeah.
I still think it's just a little easier on the budget, and you don't feel like you're missing out.
So for the price, Carnival is definitely worth it for the price. Royal is more expensive, but it feels more expensive.
Depends what you want. But if money is the most important thing, Carnival is cheaper.
Definitely.
And it's still fun.
And it's still fun.
Yeah, if you're somebody who wants to do the fine dining and you're gonna be eating out and you have that extra disposable income and you're going for those high-end restaurants.
The better shows, the bigger activities.
Exactly, you're gonna fork out more for Royal.
So the price, obviously Carnival takes over for the price.
Yeah, Carnival, I mean, like there's a lot of different packages and times of year, but Carnival gets better points for pricing.
So what do you give it? Like 4.5 for Carnival and 4 for Royal?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Let's talk about the vibes of both ships, because I think that's important.
It's an issue that people mention often when they talk about it. Like Carnival has this reputation for being party boats.
A party boat, yeah. And you hear about all these fights breaking out on Carnival.
People falling off
board. Fights happen on Royal too. Personally, from our experience, that didn't happen on any of the sailings that we went on.
No.
We didn't have any problems with anybody. Everybody was super polite, super nice. The vibes were different though on both.
Yeah. Carnival is a little more laid back.
Well, Royal felt more upscale. It felt more structured in a certain way. Like I felt like Royal, you had to make reservations for all the restaurants. You had to make reservations for the shows. So I felt like you had to be organized when it came to Royal Caribbean.
The activities, like the Elegant Night felt like you had to do it. And it seemed like everybody on Elegant Night was dressed up for the event. Yeah. Nobody missed it.
But there was tons of families on Royal because it's very family friendly.
But still dress code. Like I said, in the restaurants, most people...
The dress codes were really enforced in the signature restaurants on Royal. You had to wear long pants or a collared shirt and stuff like that. People were dressed nicer than on Carnival. So it definitely felt a little bit more upscale.
Yeah.
And I think Royal is a little bit stricter on their rules for that.
Basically, for the general overall vibe, they're both great vacations if you take the same amount of time. I just unwound more on the Carnival cruise, and I felt there were more places where I could just hide and relax. By the end of the trip, I really felt like the stress was gone. On the Royal Caribbean, I had a great vacation, but it felt more like I needed a few more days to absorb all the shows and things. And when I got off the boat, I wasn't as relaxed.
When I got off Royal Caribbean, I actually felt like I didn't see everything that Royal has to offer. Like, I wanted to go back. I felt like there was some stuff I wish I had time to do.
It's a good feeling to have.
Yeah.
But I like to, when I'm done my vacation, to just be like ready to go back home.
Whereas on Carnival, I felt like we did everything on Carnival. We did all the activities.
Yeah, so by the end,
and we relaxed more.
By the end, you're just like, you've done everything, the stress is gone.
Yeah, I think both are really great cruise lines. I mean, for me, they're equal because there's some stuff that Royal does better, like the entertainment, the signature restaurants, and the activities, whereas Carnival, I prefer the pools, I prefer the bars, I prefer the laid back vibe. So for me, they're both amazing cruise lines. It just depends what you're looking for. I think if you're going as a couple alone, personally, I think I would choose Royal just because of the signature restaurants. It felt more upscale.
Walking through Central Park at night, it's romantic. The elegant night.
It felt a bit more romantic.
A little fancier. You can go to show. There's more date nights. Yeah.
If you're going there with a big bunch of people, it's a family gathering, which we've done. I would definitely choose Carnival because there's more little hangout zones. It feels less crowded in a certain way. It's more laid back. It feels more cool to hang out as a group. It's a tie for me, but Royal edges it out a bit because I just preferred the entertainment.
But you'll officially tally this up though, and we'll get a final score.
Tally it up and we'll give you the official score here.
Oh.
Okay, so for overall score, Royal Caribbean gets 41 coconuts.
It's a lot of coconuts.
Yay! And Carnival gets 39 coconuts. Yay! So Royal Caribbean wins.
Wins on paper.
It wins on paper.
But I still think I would go to Carnival.
Okay, he goes to Carnival, I go to Carnival.
But you know what? That's it. It can go either way. They're so close.
It's
within the margin of error.
Yeah. Okay guys, so I hope you liked this video. I hope it helps you out to plan out your next cruise. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about cruising. We'll be happy to answer them. And make sure that you never put off a trip that you can take right away. Thanks for watching guys. Happy travels. Bye.